Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian is one of our favorite celebrity couples to watch. She's considered one of the greatest tennis players of all time. With a list of 23 Grand Slam singles titles to her name, the sports superstar was also the highest-paid female athlete for the second year running in 2017. Her spouse is an internet entrepreneur. Since the co-founder of Reddit and Initialized Capital, he is a longtime net neutrality activist who had been dubbed the mayor of the web by Forbes in 2012. This loving pair aren't only at the top of their professions, but they're also totally smitten and discuss a gorgeous family together. In September 2017, they welcomed daughter Alexis Olympia Jr., before tying the knot that November. While these two are definitely couple goals, there is more to their own seemingly perfect power couple than meets the eye. The oddest things about Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian's marriage. Their weird first encounter. It was not love at first sight for this couple. In May 2015, they met by chance at the Cavalieri Hotel in Rome. Even though Williams lounged near the pool and enjoyed breakfast with a bunch of buddies, Ohanian dismissed the surrounding vacant tables and decided to plop down at the one right next to the tennis celebrity. "We're trying to get him to proceed and get out from there," Williams told Vanity Fair at 2017. The group mistook his near proximity as an attempt to get too close to her, so they told him there was a rat by his table. "He kind of refuses and he looks at us," Williams remembered. "And he's like, 'Is there really a rat?'" He added, "I am from Brooklyn. I visit rats all the time." "Oh, you are not afraid of rats?" Williams asked. To which he just responded, "No." Intrigued by the startup ace's casual demeanor, Williams invited Ohanian to join her and her friends at their table. And the rest, as they say, is history. Dating uncovered. Williams and Ohanian were originally notoriously private about their blossoming love affair. The few secretly dated for nearly 15 months before they eventually went public with their engagement announcement in December 2016. While the technology sporadically dropped hints regarding their relationship on social media during this time, he didn't pop up in Williams' own Instagram feed over a year after they met. In a group photograph of her friends shared in August 2016, she teased her secret boyfriend simply by speaking to him as the nerd. Maybe due to their discretion, rumors which Williams was dating other people lingered throughout that year, including rappers Drake and Common. Ohanian had simply gotten out of a last-minute relationship with his college sweetheart, microbiologist Sabria Stooks. The adorable pair were so good at keeping the relationship under wraps the only record linking both together at lunch emerged in October 2015. Surprise pregnancy. In April 2017, Williams accidentally revealed her first pregnancy when she shared and deleted that a Snapchat selfie. While showing off her baby bump in the photograph, she wrote, 20 weeks. Fans might have been stunned, but the newly engaged pair couldn't have been shocked themselves when they found out they were anticipating. In the week leading up to the Australian Open in January of the year, Williams had been feeling away, and she eventually took a pregnancy test. As she remembered to Vanity Fair, the outcomes reveal positive. "I did a double take," she said. "And my heart dropped. Like literally it fell. Oh my God. This can't be. I've got to play a championship. How am I going to play the Australian Open? I'd planned on winning Wimbledon this season." The tennis pro was in denial and needed some persuasive. She took 5 more tests, all which were positive. When Ohanian flew into Melbourne to meet with her, Williams simply handed him a paper bag featuring all 6 pregnancy tests. Determined to compete as planned, Williams famously went on to win her 23rd Grand Slam title while roughly 8 weeks pregnant. They weren't aware of each other's career. Williams and Ohanian may be at the very top of their various fields, but they have been totally clueless about one another's careers when they met. As Ohanian told Vanity Fair, he was about 98% sure he was speaking to the Serena Williams during their first conversation, though he wasn't interested whatsoever in tennis. "I never saw a game on TV or in real life," he explained. "It was literally the game. Even if ESPN was announcing tennis upgrades, I'd simply zone out. I really had no respect for tennis." Williams didn't know anything about Reddit, possibly. However, in an attempt to impress, she nearly got caught in a little white lie when she told its co-founder she had just logged onto the favorite site before that afternoon. "Oh, were you? What do you enjoy about it?" Ohanian requested her. She'd replied, well. Luckily, the tennis pro's friends immediately chimed in to rescue her. Ohanian wound up attending the 2015 Italian Open to watch Williams in action that week. Looks like I became a tennis fan. #Prime, he wrote on Instagram, captioning a snapshot of her hitting on the court. Racing toward romance. Williams and Ohanian shared with their first official date just a few weeks later simply. As the tennis pro geared up to compete in the 2015 French Open that she won, she invited her new love interest to join her for a weekend getaway in Paris, the town of love. Ohanian consented to the invitation but said he did not have any expectations for your trip. He shared his initial thoughts with Vanity Fair. Even if she blows me off and we don't even hang out, I'm going to have an awesome time in Paris, and I'll have a much better story for all my childhood buddies when I was like, yeah, I moved to Paris for a weekend. I was supposed to match up with Serena Williams, she blew me off, but I've got other friends there, and we had a great time. The soon-to-be couple hit it off as they wandered around town for 6 hours. World-class traveler Ohanian led the way, making certain his date had a great time as they seen the Eiffel Tower, a zoo, and lots of small shops. Prepared for more. Before they celebrated their first anniversary together, Ohanian knew he wished to marry Williams. I felt like a door was open to a particular person who made me want to be my very best self, he told Vanity Fair. He planned a picture-perfect suggestion, flying Williams outside to Rome. He set a trail of rose petals leading to the place where they met, complete with a plastic rat on the hotel table. Naturally, Williams announced their engagement on Reddit. Sharing her fiancé's drawing of the couple as Snooze, the site's space alien mascot, she called himself Future Mrs. KN0 Thing, in reference to his or her username. She penned a sweet poem, I arrived home, a little late, someone needed a bag packed with me, and a carriage awaited, destination, Rome, to escort me to my own charming, back to where our stars collided, and now it was full circle, at the exact same table we first met by chance. This time he made it not by chance, but by choice. Down on one knee, he explained 4 words and I said yes. Ohanian responded, and you make me the happiest man on the planet. So sweet. Battling health issues together. Once the couple welcomed its first child, Alexis Olympia, in September 2017, Williams suffered scary postpartum health complications. As she revealed to Vogue the next January, her plummeting heart rate during contractions resulted in a crisis C-section, after which Ohanian cut the cord and then placed their little woman on her chest. This was an amazing feeling, she explained. And then everything went bad. During the next week, Williams suffered through shortness of breath due to little blood clots in her lungs along with an extreme coughing fit that opened up her C-section wound. During the operation to shut it, her doctors discovered a large hematoma that had flooded her belly. She spent 6 weeks recovering at home on bed rest. I was pleased to change diapers, Ohanian said. But on top of what she had been going through, the feeling of not being in a position to make it even harder. Williams' childbirth complications encouraged to use her stage to advocate for healthcare across the world. My experience wasn't great, but it was my experience and I'm happy it happened to me, she shared on social media. It made me stronger. Grand gesture. Just ahead of the wedding, Ohanian leased an whole movie theater so the whole family could watch Thor, Ragnarok together. Junior's first movie, the proud dad sent in a movie on Instagram, which he captioned, Thor, Ragnarok is a family affair. He added, Mama needed a day off to relax. She actually wanted to see her other man, Thor, in Ragnarok. The clip then cut to him, Williams, and small Alexis Olympia cuddling before the large screen. We are gonna cover your eyes for all of the violent scenes, Ohanian informs his little girl. Williams adds, and she has earmuffs on, ensuring that the baby would be guarded from the comic book movie's violent pictures and loud sounds. Safety first, Ohanian says, before jokingly adding, although Thor is your mom's other guy. It is okay, he is not that tall. As the video finishes, the footage pans to Williams' sound asleep, her head using Ohanian's shoulder as a pillow. He captioned this portion of the clip, obviously Mama fell asleep, too adorable. They're super into Disney. Following a virtually year-long involvement, Williams and Ohanian tied the knot in November 2017 at New Orleans, but their marriage was anything but ordinary. rather than opt for a traditional service, the set threw a Disney-themed affair. The star-studded wedding, attended by the likes of Beyoncé, Ava Longoria, and Ciara, followed closely by Magical Beauty and the Beast theme. In accordance with an Entertainment Tonight origin, guests were greeted with the song "Be Our Guest" and were expected to dress to the theme. Williams told Vogue that she wanted her wedding to be as non-traditional as possible. She glowed in an Alexander McQueen gown, and Ohanian handsomely sported an Armani suit as the pair exchanged personally written vows. "You are the greatest of all time, not only in sport," he advised his beautiful bride. "I'm talking about as a mom and as a spouse. I am so excited to write so many more chapters of the fairy tale together. And my entire life I didn't even recognize it, but I was waiting for this moment. That I am quite thankful, and I am really in love." Ohanian clearly enjoys showering his wife with grand gestures, but he might have topped even himself with this one. In February 2018, as Williams geared toward her highly anticipated return to tennis after giving birth, the startup guru designed and put up 4 billboards to support her. Some suspected this to be an homage to that year's award-winning film 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Ohanian took to Twitter to place a photograph of his work. Each billboard featured small Alexis Olympia and Williams, and boasted the acronym, GMOAT, Greatest Mama of All Time. "These just went on alongside I-10 into Palm Springs," he wrote in the caption. "At Olympia Ohanian and I wanted to welcome her back to tennis. Designed them myself, with some help from Junior #Gamote." Days later, Williams made her triumphant return in the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, California. Together with her family cheering her in an authentic extravagant way, she defeated Kazakhstan participant Serena at the first round of the tournament. Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian's connection might have its fair share of quirks, but this loving pair has #relationship goals.